I have a solution to digital media. Buy the Blu-ray, and there you go. Problem solved.
Nice.
I agree with you, Thad. Like, I honestly do. Like, I prefer owning the media myself, but I think there is a generation that feels like they're doing something for the environment by not purchasing physical media, by owning it digitally, and feels like they should own it. But that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're downloading it onto your system and you carry it around with you on a flash drive forever, you technically don't own it. I'm not going to get into all that because that's getting political again, and we're trying to steer away from that.
Yeah.
But he does say, on election day, I was more concerned with Kennywood retiring 4 classic rides.
Yeah, I heard about this.
First off, I thought it was fascinating. Like, they tried to, Kennywood thought they could sneak this under the nose of everybody by doing it on election day.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, fuck, we're doing this. How can we avoid backlash? Let's just release it on election day. No one will notice. Like, that's honestly what it felt like.
Yeah, it was like really under the radar.
Yeah, but they're retiring 4 rides, and it was the Jackrabbit. Not the Jackrabbit, no. The Kangaroo.
Jackrabbit?
Yeah, no, not the Jackrabbit. The Kangaroo, the Paratrooper, the Volcano, and the Barren Curve. Now, the Volcano was formerly known as the Enterprise.
Yeah. Thank God that's going away.
You don't like the Enterprise?
It's my favorite ride for years. I told you that.
No, I don't remember this.
It was the time me and you took the girls.
Okay.
Remember when Jared came? It was
I remember.
Jared. We took the girls to Kennywood. We were like 8, 9, 8, 7 or 8. And I think it was on. I took her on the Enterprise. Well, the Volcano now. I thought I was going to die. And it used to be my favorite ride ever. It was my favorite ride. I mean, I rode the Enterprise 1,000 times. That was one of the first rides that I actually rode, because remember when I went to Kennywood, I was scared of roller coasters when I was young.
Right.
I didn't ride the first couple of years, and then
right.
Mom took me on the Enterprise. I don't know how she did it, but I fucking loved it, and so I would just ride it repetitively because I didn't really have that many rides to ride.
Right.
You know, Pirate Ship and the Enterprise.
Yeah, which are right next to each other.
Yeah, so it was like this supposed to be, right. So I mean, it was supposed to be like this, father-daughter thing where I'm taking my kid on the ride. Maybe it was Bree that I went on. I can't remember. Anyway, you know how you get in.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, here we go. I was all amped, man. I was like, fuck, this is it, man. I can't wait, And that shit started going, and once it hit, like, I don't know, close to being upside down, I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I was like, I fucking can't handle this ride. I can't handle this ride. I'm like, I'm going to fucking get sick. I was like, I can't wait till it's over. I'm holding on to my kid, and I'm like, they're like screaming, yeah, you know what I mean? Holy fuck, get me off this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're like really fucked with my head, and I'm like, I don't know what it was. It just, and I loved spin rides when I was young. I did. Like the tilt-a-whirl. Oh, to get that fucking thing going as fast as you could.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. They had what was that thing called back when we were younger? It was over by where the kangaroo's at, by the Caterpillar, the Ladybug or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It was like a 4-car thing that went around. The whole thing went around.
Yeah.
The 4-spoke went around, and then the Ladybugs went around.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a triple spin. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, and I love those rides. I mean, like, but I think that was the fact that I was just going upside down in this fucking thing. It was just like, it made me sick, and like it never did when I was younger. I could never get enough of it. I was so disappointed. I was like, fuck. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Daddy, is that pee? Yeah.
So for those who don't know, like the Enterprise was basically a gravity ride.
Yeah.
Like they would spit. It was like you sat in a car. It didn't even have seat belts.
No.
No.
Or
Like,
not a seatbelt.
like you just had like a cage door that closed essentially.
Yeah.
And then you sat in the seat and it spun in a circle until it reached a certain speed. And then it started to like pick up. So it ended up like you look like when it came up, it looked like a Ferris wheel, but it was spinning you upside down.
Yeah.
And it was using basically like your G forces to hold you in the seat.
Yeah, and it did.
It did, yeah. It's a great ride. Like it's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I loved it.
The paratrooper was basically just it went in a circle and you went up in the air and came back down, up in the air, came back down.
It's sad to see it go for me, just because it was always a stable ride, like right there.
Yeah.
Like right at the lake. You know what I mean? And the white lights. You know what I mean? Like at night. I always liked that ride at night when I was younger. But anyway, go ahead. By the Ferris wheel, but by the merry-go-round.
Yeah. The kangaroo was basically
that's the saddest of them all.
You sat in a car and it went in a circle, but then it went up a ramp and it kind of like a little jump, like and then it would come back, you'd land and you'd go around the circle and you'd jump again. And I mean, it was a simple ride. Huh?
I think it was one of my first rides when I came to Pittsburgh. The fucking thing's old as dirt.
Yeah, it is. And then the Barron Curve.
That's old.
Yeah.
Well, the original Barron Curve, but
yeah,
not too much difference. They just updated it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a you drive around the circle as fast as possible, and you kind of go up a hill and down a hill, and it was kind of like it was meant to look like a bobsled.
Yeah, I liked it though.
Yeah, it had a big horn that went off in the middle of the ride.
Yeah.
But these are 4 rides that are being retired by Kennywood, and like all of a sudden, huh?
It said, "Bring back the Ranger."
Oh my God, no! Your sister's ex-husband damn near killed me on that ride.
I know you told me.
Whew.
And it was scary to begin with.
It was scary to begin with, but like to have him do what he did was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Huh?
Remind me what he did.
So the Ranger, it was this ride. You got into this like it was like one big car, but you got in. It was enclosed.
It was like a cage.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But when you got into it, it had, because it went upside down. It was an upside down ride. And it didn't even like rock. It like just like took off and you went upside down and came back down.
It was like a pirate ship.
Yeah, but it went the whole way around.
There was a build up to the Ranger.
Was there? Okay.
Yeah, there was definitely a build up.
It didn't have seatbelts or anything. What it had was, it had this automatic like hydraulic cushion that pushed against you to hold you in place. And he told me, he's sitting right next to me, he goes, "Let's have some fun. Suck it in." He's like, no, he said, push out as far as you can to stop the cushion. So I did. I pushed out really hard, and when I there was like a good 4 inches between me and the cushion. So now when I'm upside down, there's nothing holding me in place. And I'm holding on for my life. And he thinks this is fucking hysterical.
He was a dick.
He was a Marine pilot. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, what the fuck, man? I should have known better, because I rode the first time I rode, the laser loop was with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Are you scared?" I'm like, "Yeah, a bit." I'm like 8 or 9. And the laser
I wouldn't even go on it.
Huh?
I probably didn't even go on it.
No, you wouldn't. That's why you rode it with me.
Yeah.
But the laser loop was nothing more than you took off, you went around a loop, you went up a hill and you stopped, and you came back down, went backwards, went around the loop again, went up another hill, stopped, and you pulled into the station, you were done. It was like a 30-second fucking ride. He's like, "You nervous?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm a bit scared." He's like, "You've never ridden this before?" I'm like, "No, I've never ridden this before. I'm fucking 8. He's like, Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to close your eyes, and when we're at the top of the hill, I'll tell you to open them so you can see the view. I'm like, okay. I trusted him because he was an adult. Little did I know he was a dick. And the fucking thing takes off, and he yells, okay, Sean, open your eyes. Open my eyes, and I'm fucking upside down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So.
Oh, man.
That's what I get for trusting him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew early.
Well, he trusted, like, Uncle John wouldn't have done that to me.
No, none of them would have. I think I was I was 6, maybe 5. We all went to this pool. I told you this story, right?
Yeah.
This is why I was scared of water.
Yeah.
And I was like 5. He was like, go off the diving board. I was like, I'm right here. Just jump in. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
He was like, go ahead, jump in off the diving board. No floaties.
Yeah.
Nothing. Deep end. So I jumped off the diving board. And Kathy was like, you can't swim. And Jim's like, I got him. And so I jumped off the diving board, and he let me sink to the bottom.
Oh.
Eventually, I floated back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lung full of chlorine water.
Like, yeah. I came up coughing, and my brother went after him.
Oh, I can imagine.
And but yeah, I learned very early. It's like, man, don't trust him, man.
Yeah.
No matter what he says, you can't trust him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think it was like, he's like, hey Ian, you want to go on the laser loop with me? You're like, fuck no. He's like, Sean, I'm like, yeah, sure. And you guys gave me a look like, yeah, it's your funeral, my friend.
It's just yeah. I didn't trust him at all, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't. Not after that experience. I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm not going anywhere with this guy. I wouldn't even go into I wouldn't even go into Noah's Ark with that dude. I don't want anything to do with him.
I mean, in that same week, I slept over your house and you beamed me in the head with a water balloon. So.
Yeah, well, that's par for the course.
Par for the course.
Yeah. I was scared of him. I didn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I learned the hard way. Well, you sank to the bottom of the pool, so.
Yeah, I was dying.
Yeah, you almost died. I was almost casually in an amusement park.
Yeah, in my head, it's like, oh, it's a bad idea.
Idea.
Laser loop's a bad idea.
Like I could see in your thinking back, like I could see in your head, you're calculating, like, should I pull Sean aside and talk to him?
Right.
Like, he's older than me. He should know better. But
I was the big old puss back then anyway. I wouldn't ride anything.
Yeah.
I mean, like Jim, if Jim was ready to go, and you were wanting to ride or been riding those rides, I wasn't going to. I rode later on. Yeah, as I got older, but not back when I was 8 or 9. I was
like, for me, like the laser loop was like
do with that too.
Yeah, like for me, like the laser loop was like the final thing to conquer.
Yeah.
Like I had ridden all the other roller coasters, and this was like the one thing. It was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready for the loop.
Yeah.
Because Kennywood didn't have anything like that. It was all wooden roller coasters.
Yeah, but the Bolt was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the Thunderbolt's a great ride to this day. Yeah. But like, at that time, it was like, okay, I'm at a point where I'm ready to conquer this. He's a fucking pussy. He's not riding anything. This guy wants to go on this with me. Cool, let's do it. So even if you had pulled me aside and said, I wouldn't trust Jim. You might want to like ride this to somebody else. Like I would have been like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got this.
You go back to Kittyland.
Yeah.
You ride the fucking train.
The turtles. Put me on the turtles.
You send the turtle to watch me be a man.
You're right. No, that's true. I was scared of roller coasters.
Yeah.
Well, and the whole reason I'm scared is roller coasters because of my father.
Yeah.
Just to put that out there for Space Mountain.